Okay, so let's start. Hello, this is the video interview series we're doing for Green DG Hub. And today I'm with Professor Danica Purg. Hello, can you please first introduce yourself to the audience? What is your role and what do you do as a living?
Thank you very much. With big pleasure, I talk about myself and our institution, IEDC-Bled School of Management, because this school is already 40 years. It's my baby, I can say. 40 years ago, I was convinced that Slovenia is needing, and then still Yugoslavia, is needing a management education, especially leadership education. And that's why I was very honored that the Chamber of Commerce, where the school started and later it became independent and faculty and university, then at that moment I said, yes, I shall do it. And we were in the meantime having 106,000 participants from more than 100 countries. So that's quite it doesn't look so big, but it is quite an important, influential institution, I can say, concerning responsible leadership.
Great. And how do you see the role of EIDC and Siemens in supporting young green entrepreneurs in regions undergoing an energy transition? And how do you think Green DG Hub can leverage these networks?
Yeah, I think that we were mostly in the beginning, since the beginning, really more interested in bigger companies and in management in bigger companies. And later only we started to see, because, also because we had GEA College, another institution which was dealing with education of entrepreneurs from startups on. But later we saw that these people who were then startup became bigger companies, and then they started to come to us. So this was quite in roles, and so we were very happy to help them, to educate them, and we were also taking in the account, the hidden champions, so-called hidden champions, the word of German professor Hermann Simon, who invented this term, who was writing 5 books about that, but also our school and Siemens together, we published 3 books about that. So hidden champions are the companies that are mostly small companies, but they are the most innovative and the most well-known worldwide in their market niche, in their branch. And so through this, we became much more interested in entrepreneurship. And our school is now planning, and also in Siemens, we are planning to have a special course for teaching teachers on entrepreneurship. How? Because we have a school, International Management Teachers Academy. And in this academy, we shall now have, not for the first time, we had some years ago already, but now again, we shall have the Academy for Teaching Teachers, also entrepreneurship track, because we have tracks like marketing, like finance, like leadership, change management, etc. But now it will be also entrepreneurship. And of course, we hope to have more entrepreneurs in the school, in our young managers program, in our general management program, and of course also in our MBA. And we have some even in doctoral studies, So this is all nicely developing. And with such a project as it is Green DG Hub, we think that we could also support these activities and make something big out of that, because from all the beginning, when I started the school 40 years ago, my slogan was firstly, only the best is good enough. And I never wanted to make compromises on quality. And of course, the other one is that we really want to develop leadership in all parts of the life and in everywhere, because we think that from leaders depends how our world will develop. From political and business leaders.
And in your experience, what are the two or three competencies for green leaders in the digital economy?
I think that they should be, in fact, not only this, but everybody should become responsible, should be a responsible leader. So responsibilities, ethical behavior, and of course understanding that the world needs to be the healthy world where where you are taking care of the nature, where you are taking care of sustainability, where you are taking care of circular economy, etc., where you take care of resources because they are really not really anymore enough in a big in a big size. So we should and knowledge is very important, but also the character. So in our school we are really trying to inspire people. Such a project is also a great thing for inspiration. In our school we are trying to, and in Siemens, to motivate people to become really responsible leaders. And that is all, understood. I don't know whether you realize that, but I was twice leading Prime and, Principles of Responsible Management Education organization, the daughter company of United Nations Global Compact. And once I was even leading it, restructuring it. The third time I got a task to in the time of COVID, it was that, to make a new board, to make new principles of operation, etc. That only shows that I really believe in that, and I like that people around me are helping me and supporting, and that we work together in this field, which is absolutely important, for all of us to survive and to make life better place.
Mm-hmm. And how can this project, Green Digi Hub, use the Siemens network, like for mentors or guest speakers, and overall exchange of good practices across the region?
Yeah, Siemens is a very good partner because Siemens has a big space, is responsible not only like school is, but school is also having a big space because we have in our classes 15 countries, 20 countries, sometimes even 25, etc. Yeah. And this we count not the people like in Rotterdam. I saw they count in the school people who are foreigners, but they live in Rotterdam. Here they don't live in Slovenia. They come from everywhere, from India, Pakistan, Latin America, from everywhere, and especially from Eastern Central Europe. So we see that that Siemens, it's about 200 management schools being members, is a great possibility for dissemination. Siemens is a dissemination of these ideas, the results of the project. We were also having, already quite some projects in the past, and Siemens was always a great partner. Also, this research on hidden champions we made in partnership with Siemens, because Siemens firstly has a very positive image in the society among management schools. Siemens is a very progressive organization. It is Siemens is not talking only about how many professors have your professors have PhD or wrote the books and etc. about excellence, which is very important. But we are also talking about relevance for the society, and this is extremely important. How relevant you are to change the society where you are living, and so that's why I think that also in this, and we are also having annual conferences. And in this annual conference, we are having this subject often, always actual subjects. And we have also the subject, we introduced it already some years ago, but now again, I found a fantastic professor, for educational track in IMTA, International Management Teachers Academy. So we shall again have these tracks on sustainability. You know why? Because we don't have enough material for professors of management. We don't have enough case studies. And so I make an appeal for everybody who is capable to write to make more of this. We have a competition in Siemens every year on case studies, so we had some also, and then we give a topic, and we had a topic already, sustainability. But we would like to have more and better because this is extremely important how we shall, develop this subject, how we shall make an impact on society with a really serious science and with serious attitude and with serious work, hard work in this field.
And also, where do you see gaps in regional green entrepreneurship ecosystems, and what interventions do you think work?
Which interventions they work? You ask me.
What interventions would fill in the gaps where, like, there is regional green entrepreneurship gaps?
Yeah, now I understand. There are certainly gaps. Gaps are if you are less developed, instead of developing on such a way, which is also economically strong. People don't still believe that, they still think, some people, that this is a kind of a charity if you are thinking and talking and working for sustainable development. No, this is also economically very important. So we have to have such a case studies. I was very happy. I remember like 15 years ago when I heard for first American studies. We had a professor in our school who came with PhD in this field from United States, from Cleveland, from Case Western University, where they were really very strong in this field. So this is also one of my slogans, learn from the best from the West. Because, and later we had a professor from Bentley College. So in that IMTA, so I think that there are gaps because of development, because of the lack of knowledge, because people don't understand how important it is for their good development. Then, the gap is, as I said, the literature is not rich enough, too less communication. We should make more of such a projects as it is this one, for collaboration among us, because Siemens was built to make bridges between East and West, between Eastern Europe and Western Europe, and how to work together and to learn together. So the same we should do with this project. And this, when you ask for interventions, this is a good intervention. Such a project is a good intervention. Good intervention is that we have, for instance, we had from France, from a very, very good school, EDEC. We had some years ago a group of students who came, and we had 1 week for them, the sustainability through the visits of the companies, through lectures, and so on. So these meetings, this learning together, this international exchange, publishing the books, publishing articles, all that, and certainly learning on the best practices. Because that is the most convincing for entrepreneurs too, for everybody. If I see something good, then I start to copy that. And firstly, you copy. This is the first phase. But then you don't copy anymore. Then you invent by yourself something. That is, then the innovations come. And this is like the same in Siemens. I see how we were copying others in the beginning, our schools. But today we can share with others our knowledge, and we are very pleased to share. And I can tell you, I'm very pleased to share, especially in sustainability. I went to South Africa I organized a conference some years ago in South Africa about sustainability for women, for African women. And this was a great combination, women, sustainability, and there were some generals from Cameroon, ladies generals. This was so unique. And then we published a book about that, So such a thing, to be a little bit innovative, imaginative. We have to have our imagination more working in this field, more than we do.
And I always finish these types of sort of interviews with what advice would you give to young people? Why should they become entrepreneurs, and why should they become sustainable entrepreneurs?
Because with one word, I can say this is the future. The young entrepreneurs are the future. Sustainable development is the future. We cannot survive if we don't have that, develop more in our heads, in our mindset, in our practice everywhere. So I would just say be international, learn from the best, from all over East and West,
Yes.
and do something what nobody else did, be more ambitious in this field also, Don't think only on money, but
Uh-huh.
think about how you can change the society for better. How
Mhm.
can you do something that all the world will remember you, or at least your region, It's
Yes.
this was always my dream.
Mhm.
And this
Mhm.
was always my dream, and I think that I lived my life on a very productive way. And I am still optimist and thinking what all the time. I have some new ideas what I could still do that the world will be a nicer place, and that young generation could learn from us.
Mhm. Mhm.
They should learn from us, and we should learn from them. The
Yes.
energy the young generation has, the new ideas, etc.
Mhm.
This is something to make us all younger, and
Yes.
happier.
Sounds very inspiring. Thank you for having this conversation. I really enjoyed it. And this episode will be uploaded in Spotify and in the YouTube channel of the Green DG Hub project, but feel free to also upload it in your social media. So I was very happy to have this interview with you.
Thank you very, very much, and all the best to you and all the people who are listening to that. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.